Well, to be too capital G here, got some Dragunity action for you guys to check out. A deck that is getting a new Link monster in the Link Frames Pack 2, and because the deck is like half Dragon base, the other half being Wing Beast, it is going to get a significant amount of power added to it with the release of Savage Strike. Obviously, I'm talking about the Guard Dragons and the fact that I feel like Konami is unleashing dragons as a whole, and so many of these decks are going to get a huge jolt, and power and Dragunity are going to be one. Dragunity for a very long time had to rely on going into like Omega because of Master Rule 4. If they would go straight into Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, they couldn't really extend their plays, and that kind of sucked just because they didn't have a Link monster. But now, because of these new powerful cards that have been given to the archetype, Dragunity can do some real things. Obviously, they got more support in Cybernetic Horizon like Dragunity Koos. This card is actually kind of crazy. You're going to see something really, really cool with this card. And let's go ahead and run this. I believe he's playing against Sekka Burning Abyss. Sekka Burning Abyss going second, so opens up, pitches that Koos to the graveyard. It's going to summon it back in. He's going to go for, I believe, a Synchro summon off the top, so no Needle Fiber needed. He's actually going to try to set his graveyard up with the Gale Durg. This card is really good. Gets a card like, you can get something like your Mist Valley Baby Rocket into the graveyard. Now he goes for the King Dragon Atum. The Hieratic monster brings Red Eyes out of his deck. He is finally going to Link summon for the Hieratic Link. Now he has Steam the Cloak. He has Zephyros set up, and he's now going to go for Needle Fiber. At this point, this is like one of the main cards that you need. This pulls Koos from the deck, and this play is, man, I never thought that I'd see this. This is actually pretty dope. So he summons one of the Dragunity Synchros that you don't usually see. This is Dragunity Barcha, and what it can do is it can summon, or it can get 3 of these guys, 3 copies of Koos from your graveyard, and then all of them can summon because they are not hard once per turns. That's what I'm talking about. That's how you get 4 monsters out of 1 Synchro summon. That is crazy. Now he can turn those into like Saryuja Skull Dreads. He can try to fix his hand. Now he can use the Guard Dragons, and this is really cool too. He actually summons Darkest Diablos from his deck, and that can take a card out of your opponent's hand right off the top. Darkest Diablos is a dragon, so it kind of naturally works with all of this dragon stuff. He's going to continue popping off using Mist Valley Baby Rock. There's Crystal Wing number 1. I believe he's going to summon Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss after Link summoning, so there it is. And then he summons the Red Eyes Link monster, which I'm not going to lie, ain't looking so bad here. He's going to continue going for level 8, another copy of Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, and he's going to go for another level 8. And I'd say that Borreload Savage Dragon probably needs to be the next one, which it is. And honestly, what you going to do against this board, man? You got Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss, you got 2 Crystal Wing Synchro Dragons, and you got Borreload Savage Dragon. Like, what you going to do when this board runs wild on you? It's just too much disruption, and this is the ultimate get jebaited play. He is going to get rid of Borreload Savage Dragon by going for the Kaiju play, which, let's be real, all of us would have done this, but unfortunately, all that does is summon Darkest Diablos. This man cannot catch a break. You Kaiju your opponent, and you actually just give them a bigger monster from their graveyard. You just gotta go GG no re at that point. You scooping it up, the duel's over. If you Kaiju your opponent and they get a 3,000 monster from their graveyard as a result for free, you can't win that duel. And this was all done without Soul Charge or Monster Reborn. Right now, Dragons have so many power plays, and they have so many good extra deck monsters. Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, Borreload Savage Dragon, Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss, Red Eyes Metal Darkness Dragon, tying this all together. Even the new Red Eyes Link monster ain't looking so bad anymore. So I'll pause for one quick second, show you guys what the deck looks like on paper. Okay, so this is what the deck looks like on paper. I don't really think that there's much explaining necessary in the main deck because you guys saw, for the most part, almost all of these cards played, except this card, Stardust Shimmer. I didn't know about this card. It says, select 1 Dragon Synchro monster in your graveyard, remove from play other monsters in your graveyard whose total level equals the level of the selected Synchro monster, and then you actually get to revive the Synchro. So I guess it's a nice way of being able to like bring your, your level 6 Dragon or Dragunity Synchro monsters back from the graveyard. Obviously, when you finish your combo, you're getting to the later stages of the combo. It's not really that important that you have those monsters in your graveyard. I think it's kind of cool, a nice little touch to play Darkest Diablos because, it is something that now with the guard dragons, you can actually summon from your deck, and it does get rid of a card out of your opponent's hand. So just a nice little play. And then, you know, we saw him get kaiju'd, and it basically came right back to the field. I kind of feel like this is where Dragunity need to go, where they're basically just focusing on even levels. You know, old cards like Legionnaire and some of the other Dragunity ones like Acolyte, you're not going to use any of those cards anymore. The deck is all about like being able to get into link summons and then just like continue to synchro summon. I love that Kuz. The fact that you can summon like 3 copies of the card. You saw that off the Barcha. Barcha is a card that allows you to equip any number of Dragunity synchro. So he could have done that with like Phalanx too. He would have still gotten the same result where he's able to like summon all of those. Baby or Miss Valley Baby Rock is another card sent to the graveyard. You get to actually like summon it. I believe it has to be sent from your hand to the graveyard, so you can discard it from Dragon's Ravine, which is why people used to always use it. And it does work with Card of Consonance. Do you work with Card of Consonance? Or no, that has to be a Dragon Tuner. I'm crazy. But it does work with Dragon's Ravine, and you know, it works with some other stuff. Some of the other usable suspects, like, you know, Red Eyes Metal Darkness Dragon and Zephyros the Elite. These are cards that have always been good in the Dragunity deck. So not much has changed, but the extra deck has definitely changed a bit. Now, will we be able to play this in the TCG? Who knows, because we don't know when Needle Fiber is coming out. By the time Savage Strike comes out, we will have these Guard Dragons and we will have Borreload Savage Dragon, but Needle Fiber is something definitely necessary for Dragunity to really meet their maximum potential. But overall, I'm liking what I'm seeing from Dragunity. I think that it's getting back to form. It's getting back to how it was during Zexal, where it was like really consistent, although I guess the deck is just stronger now because it's not so reliant on Ducks making all your plays for you. You know, instead of like Ducks turn 1, Ducks turn 2, Ducks turn 3, you kind of just consolidate everything into the few, into your couple of early turns. And this card, who I cannot pronounce, I knew that this card was going to be important for Dragunity moving forward, especially with the Link Monster, the new level, or it's not new, it's the level 6 Dragunity that can send like Phalanx to the graveyard, or you can send like Kuz to the graveyard, and you're able to get those monsters back instantly. Like, this card is kind of mandatory in the Dragunity deck now.